friends, it's Katie from Katie Sees Cards. I hope you all have been doing well. I had last week off from school and we went to the coast, so I did not film any flip throughs, but I picked up some new decks and I am definitely excited to share them with you. Today I'm going to take a look at the Erenberg Tarot. This totally reminds me of, I don't know if you guys remember what's her name, the Life is a Cheruboli's lady. I don't know, something about the text box on this really reminds me of that. Mary Engelbright, that's who I'm talking about. So here you go. These are the backs. They're a little shiny. I like the up close faces. It's cool, her hat is like a pomegranate. Or it's just up close body parts. The Hierophant is always a card that I look at. That's my birth card. He looks like kind of an interesting friend. This is a beautiful strength. I feel like these cards just kind of get to the heart of the essence of what each card is about. Some of them are zoomed in and some of them are a little bit more traditional. I don't know, there's a spaceship on this one. They're kind of campy. It's like there's a campiness to it as well. There's somebody coming out of their coffin. A little creepy. You have the astrological symbols for the world. There are the cups. It's interesting to see like what, where the humans are in these. Like some of them are really up close faces. Some of them are really up close objects, like this Eight of Cups. So there's a lot of play with perspective in this deck. It's sweet. Oh, how interesting how you're balancing that. It's almost like a myopic focus on those pentacles. It's like a shackle. There's a little guy and his dog. What an interesting night. He's got a rake instead of a sword. This is interesting. The Seven of Swords is a card that is often hard to connect with for me, and so I like this one. The idea of someone's behind their mask fits with that idea of deception. A lot of the cards that are typically associated with being blinded or having some kind of covering on the eyes, their eyes are visible in this deck, so I'm sure that's a specific choice. Like this is almost reminds me of graduation or like a happy business, some kind of business deal. Is he wearing different shoes? That would be an interesting one to look up in the book. We'll set that one aside. This reminds me of Sisyphus rolling his rock up the hill. It's interesting on the knights how some of the horses are such a huge part of the picture and the knight is really downplayed. Oh, she's cute. And there's the king. Let's look up this 7. So here's what we got. I wish that the guidebook had a little bit more detail about the actual artistic choices. That's one of the things that I'm really noticing about decks is I don't want a huge book, so like this is nice to carry with you on the road, but I want something that explains a little bit about why they made the choices that they did, specifically when there's something really noteworthy of like that. But I guess that's what my intuition is supposed to read into. Let's pull a card. We just had that big, huge full moon in Virgo. I don't know if any of you are still feeling it. It was pretty intense in a beautiful way, but just definitely very intense. All right. We got the 2 of Pentacles. I feel like the card that I pull for you guys is always one that I say something about as I'm flipping through. So this definitely seems like he's focusing really intensely on keeping things in place. All right, here we go. So this is about balancing responsibilities, and there's description of like a juggler. I definitely get that. There's sort of a circus element in this. I think this would be really difficult to do. Like if this is what you're trying to do, you're trying to maintain your resources and you're putting all your energy into this. I don't feel like you could do anything else. What's this guy doing with his hands? Just all of it's like wealth and all of this has become a mental focus versus something that's grounded in the physical world. So it's an interesting take on Pentacles. I'm interested to see how this deck reads. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the flip through, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.